To stay young and gorgeous, I blew all my savings on a so-called miracle potion, and just a few seconds later, my dry, wrinkled hands turned silky smooth, my sagging chest perked right back up, and even my flat butt magically filled out. Again, staring at my new perfect body in the mirror, I felt unbelievably thrilled. I couldn't wait to rush home and show my husband. I even slipped into a sexy low-cut dress for the big reveal, but he'd already grown sick of me long ago, even with my youth restored. He didn't budge at all. That made my blood boil, so I snapped and started yelling at him. That pushed him right over the edge. He grabbed me by the throat and shoved me straight down the stairs. By the time he came back to his senses, my body was already twisted out of shape. When he realized what he'd done, he was about to call the crematorium, but then I stood right back up and slowly walked up behind him. I meant to scold him for being so cruel, but I had no idea me head had spun around a full 180 degrees. The sight nearly scared him out of his soul. He kept begging me to spare him, only. Then did I notice something was off. My neck was twisted all the way backward. Creepier yet, I didn't feel a thing. So to fix it, I grabbed my neck with both hands and twisted hard. My head snapped right back to the front. My husband panicked and rushed me to the hospital. But after running some tests, even the doctor was completely stunned. Not only could I feel no pain, my heart had already stopped beating. Everything pointed to one fact: I was technically a corpse. Hearing that made me faint on the spot. Later, my husband secretly took me out of the morgue and used his plastic surgery skills to spray on skin tone paint to keep me looking alive. But right then, my best friend Anna showed up. My husband instantly panicked. To keep me from finding out about their relationship, he told her to come back later, but neither of them knew. I heard every word, so I calmly stepped out in front of them. While Anna wasn't looking, I pulled out a gun and blasted her away in an instant. The sudden scene left my husband completely frozen. As we were about to clean up the mess, Anna suddenly stood up in the pool.
The man walked out of the bathroom. His face was covered in bruises. The officer asked who beat him, but none of his roommates spoke.
Private Doss, can you identify the men that beat you?
He showed no anger and made no complaints. He only said he accidentally fell out of bed while sleeping.
Are you saying that you don't know who attacked you?
I never said I was attacked, Sarge.
This tolerance and toughness made the bullies see him differently. Doss was the most unique new recruit in the camp. He firmly refused to touch a gun during group training.
Problem, Private Cornstalk. Is there not one in your size? Or is it the color that is the issue?
No, Sarge. I was told I don't have to carry a weapon.
Some people called him a coward. Others used violence against him, but he stayed true to his beliefs. Looking at this man covered in injuries, there was no sign of fear in his eyes. The officer could only try to persuade him to give up military service.
I got extra guard duty today, and I'm on KP this morning, so can't.
This persistence not only moved the officer, it also moved his roommates. Doss never argued with the officer's anger. His endurance was not born from weakness. It was because he was born extraordinary when he was young. He once saw murals from the Bible, and they quietly planted seeds of peace in his heart. As time passed, Doss grew into a strong young man. One day, his drunken father attacked his mother. Doss rushed downstairs immediately and grabbed the gun from his father's hands. Although he did not pull the trigger, he believed he had killed someone. From that moment on, Doss swore he would never touch a gun again, and he would never kill anyone. During training, I locked onto the vehicle behind me. I rolled directly under the car and tried to escape.
What the hell were you thinking?
When I opened my eyes again, I realized time had reset. I tried rolling under the car once more. After many failed attempts, I finally succeeded. I quietly followed the vehicle. It led me to a training facility. There, I met the female warrior, Rita. I got straight to the point.
Tomorrow, at the beach, we meet. You said to find you when I wake up.
After hearing everything, Rita immediately told me to follow her. She warned me never to tell anyone about my ability to revive repeatedly. If I did, I would be labeled insane and sent to a mental institution. In fact, Rita once had the same ability as I did. After suffering a severe injury, doctors gave her a blood transfusion. Her ability disappeared after that. Once I understood everything, Rita brought me to a secret base.
I'm Dr. Carter, particle physics, advanced microbiology.
He's also the only other person who'll believe what's happening to you. No one understands mimic biology better than him. He's a top analyst at Whitehall.
To convince me, they explained their knowledge of the monsters. There are 3 types of monsters. The first type is the most common standard monster. The second type is the origin monster that I once killed. This type is extremely rare. Only one appears among hundreds of millions of monsters. They function as the central nervous system of the monsters. They command other monsters in battle. The third type is the monster core. It can control all other monsters. It can even manipulate time. Once an origin monster is killed, the core activates a mechanism. Time resets to the beginning of the day. The monsters retain all memories from from before death. They learn and evolve through each reset. This is why every human offensive has failed. Because I accidentally killed an origin monster, I gained its ability. Now we can only wait for the core to begin searching for me. At the same time, I can faintly sense its direction. They said I am the only key to human victory. To ensure I survive tomorrow's battle, endless training is required. The mechanical arm knocked me to the ground with ease. As I leaned against the wall, Rita shot me dead. And so I experienced the same training again and again.